Good evening to you wherever you may be in this glorious county. Humboldt Crabs baseball is on the air. Hi, I'm Hoke Holcomb, along with my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, just off the sick bed and joining us tonight. Great to have him back with us. We're coming to you from the Don Turbush announcers booth high atop the Arcata Ballpark. We're located just a block from the historic plaza in downtown Arcata. And tonight, the second of a three-game set with the Valley Bears from Fresno, California. And last night, the contest wasn't much of a contest. The Crabs broke out early and put it away early. The game had to be halted as a result of, we thought it might be the mercy rule, but it was simply the fact that the mound was in such a condition from the drizzle and rain that accompanied much of the ball game. It wasn't a heavy rain, but it was enough to make the mound almost unusable. And the last pitcher for the Bears, Orion Ellis, was hitting the dirt more often than he was getting the ball past home plate. And when he did get it past home plate, he often hit Crabs batters. So it was a tough night to be at the ballpark. 532 fans braved the elements to come out and watch the Crabs win, really, I guess, the first laugher of the season, 11-1, in 6.5 innings. Anyhow, it's a different day today. We've got Benjamin back, and the weather is just gorgeous. We got puffy clouds off in the distance, a lot of sunshine, a lot of blue sky, much more, what can I say, a much more enticing time to come to a ballpark when the elements are like they are tonight. This is really a gorgeous night for baseball. And I'm not hearing you, Benjamin.
Okay.
Buddy.
Well, that explains it.
All right. Welcome to the ballpark, everybody. Hey. All right. I don't know. Have we been on at all?
At all? I don't know.
I don't think we've been on at all. Anyhow, welcome to the ballpark. We have had some what we call technical difficulties.
You missed some brilliant introduction from Hope.
So it was just fabulous.
Really was gorgeous. Yeah.
Anyhow, we're saying that tonight is a much more hospitable evening for baseball. A lot of sunshine, a lot of blue skies, puffy clouds in the distance. Last night was so ugly with a kind of a continual drizzle, sometimes approaching rain, that the mound got unpitchable. The last hurler for the Valley Bears had trouble getting the ball over the plate. When he did get it past home plate, it often ended up on the backs or the buttocks of a Crabs player. I mean, it was dodgeball out here, and so the game was called after 6.5 innings, the Crabs' 11-1 victory.
Well, what I was going to say is I hope that maybe the Bears will be better tonight and tomorrow. And last week, earlier in the week, the Seals came into town on Tuesday and didn't play very well on Tuesday night. And then we had a 12-inning game that ended up 4-3 in the bottom of the 12th. The Crabs winning on a strikeout wild pitch. So you never know, right?
Absolutely.
They may play a lot better tonight.
Yeah, the only problem that I have with the Bears, and I really felt bad for them last night. I mean, they came all the way from Fresno, and they just got thrashed last night. But they're a very thin roster.
Yeah, I was concerned about that.
There are only 12 players on their roster, and so we saw virtually everybody except I guess we missed one player last night. We had 3 pitchers, and so...
Well, that raises the question whether there's a mercy rule tonight, because after the Tuesday game, Wednesday night, there was a mercy rule in play. We didn't use it, obviously, but so there may be a mercy rule tonight.
Well, that's something we need to check on, because we didn't think the mercy rule was in effect last night, but when the game was called, at that point we thought, well, they've invoked the mercy rule, but it was instead the weather that resulted in the termination of the festivities. Tomorrow afternoon will be the conclusion of this 3-game set, and then the Crabs will go on a very brief, 2-game road trip?
To Reading, I guess.
To Reading midweek next week. And we are not sure at this point whether there's going to be radio coverage. There's not going to be coverage on the internet because there's no way we have the capacity to do that. But we may have radio coverage, and if not, hopefully we'll be able to inform our fans as to how they can stay in touch with the Crabs.
Well, you can
when they're playing
probably get the Reading broadcast if you know how to find it.
Well,
they broadcast the games.
But we don't know if they're streamed. So
we don't know. No, right?
So
if they're not streamed, you won't be able to get it from here,
them.
obviously. Yeah.
Anyhow, we'll try and let you. We'll try and keep you up to date on that. I see the men in. I always say the men in blue. They're actually the men in black. The umpires coming out onto the field. Benjamin, last night Liam and I were talking about the ball leaving the ballpark and the conditions that are different on a warm, dry day as opposed to a moist, cooler evening. And we we made the assertion that it's more difficult to get a ball out in the evening in the damp and the cold. But it turns out humidity is not the crucial factor. The crucial factor is simply temperature. And actually a more humid condition is better by a slight degree than a dry condition for having the ball leave the ballpark. And I won't give you the entire scientific explanation for that, but I take it that it's true because when we have questions up here, you know, let's put it this way. If you need coin of the realm, you may go to an ATM machine and get your cash. Well, when we need coin of the realm, which is knowledge, we have our own ATM, and that is the amazing Tammy Matsumoto. And Tammy listens to our broadcast and does research for us and comes back with the explanation. So we want to thank Tammy for letting us know about that it's not humidity, it is temperature, and it is the cooler night as opposed to the moisture in the air that makes it more difficult to hit home runs at the nighttime. We also talked about an old saying for going for the fences. When a batter goes for the fences, we said they have often talked about going for the downs. You heard that phrase? He's going
I've
for
heard
the
you
downs?
use it, but I had not heard it before you used it.
Okay, well, it is. I guess it's an oldie but a goodie. And so we wonder, what the heck does that mean, going for the downs? So Tammy indicates that it likely relates to originally horse racing. They raced horses on grass, and grass beyond a fence. So when you're going for the fence, but beyond the fence, you're going for the downs. And if you're a horse racing fan, of course, you're familiar with Churchill Downs. So that makes some sense, and that fits in today. We can segue into the fact that we have a Triple Crown winner. Justify won the Belmont Stakes today, capping off the 13th Triple Crown winner in horse racing history, which dates back to at least a century. So it was quite an exciting thing for Justify to complete his Triple Crown. Did it wire to wire this afternoon. All right, enough of racehorse. Let's get to baseball. Let me give you the lineup for the visiting Valley Bears. Leading off at shortstop will be Russell McClung. Batting second, the center fielder Elijah Holguin. Hitting third, the designated hitter Cade Ford. Batting cleanup at first base, Kyler Laramie. Hitting fifth and doing the catching, Cesar Ortega Jr. Batting sixth at second base, Connor Martin. Hitting seventh, the third baseman Ridge Hutcheby. Batting eighth in left field, Tyshawn Bradford, and hitting ninth in right, Orianne Ellis. On the mound for the Valley Bears will be Cody Fierro. And now for the Humboldt Crabs, here is Benjamin Schaefer.
Thanks, Hope. Bronson Grubbs to lead it off in left field. Coco Figueiredo at shortstop bats second. Connor Blair in right field bats third. And McCarthy Tatum will be at third base and bat cleanup. Chase Larson at first base bats fifth. Johnny Mendoza will be the DH in bats sixth. Ramon Enriquez will be the catcher in bats seventh. Otis Statham in center field bats eighth. And Jackson Critch out at second base bats ninth. On the mound for the Crabs is Jared Milch. This is his second start of the season. And we have stats on Jared. 5 innings pitched in his first start. He got the loss, 0-1. So that was that was last Sunday, I take it. Here's the national anthem. All right, generic national anthem. Get back to Jared Milch. 5 innings pitched. He gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of which were earned. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 7, though. He did get the loss. I think it was 5-0 last Sunday, and that was against the Knights.
Say, you want a better bank?
It works better if you have your microphone.
There you go. All right, you want a better bank? Try a better credit union. Introducing Compass Community Credit Union. Formerly California State and Federal Employees Credit Union, we're now open to the community. We offer absolutely free checking with 0 requirements. Plus, we have super low rates on loans. Give us a call at 800-440-8662 or visit compassccu.org. Compass Community Credit Union. Okay, Jared Milch, left-hander, taking his warm-up tosses for the Crabs. Jared, left-hander from the College of San Mateo. He is a Bulldog, 6'4", 185-pounder. And we just got, last night, Benjamin, we got our program, so you might...
yeah, next time you're at the park, you want to pick up a program, only $2.
$2, and it's got all kinds of information on our players.
And interesting stories about past players.
And Jared Milch had 5 starts and a perfect 5-0 record with a state-leading ERA of 0.25. Only allowed 1 earned run through 36 innings of work.
Wow, really?
And 7 appearances.
Wow.
So Jared making his 2nd start for the Humboldt Crabs. Leading off for the Valley Bears will be Russell McClung, their shortstop. He'll be followed by Elijah Holguin, and then the designated hitter, Cade Ford, K-A-D-E Ford. Folks are still filing into the ballpark, and it is just a perfect night for baseball. So if you're within the sound of our voice, time to put down those chores. It's Saturday night.
Well, unless you're listening from Japan on the internet. In which case.
That would be tougher to get the flight
to
make it in time.
Make it, but yeah, if you're in Humboldt,
get yourself out here and have an evening of enjoyment. All right, Russell McClung coming to the bat. McClung 1 for 3 last night. That one provided the only run for the Valley Bears. A long fly ball over the left field wall. First pitch of the ball game, a fastball taken for a called strike 1.
Have you mentioned to the folks listening who our umpires are?
I think it's time to do
that. Michael Cowan is the home plate umpire. Kyle M. Reese over at first base, and Don Holfacker is over at third.
Big swing and a miss on another fastball.
Don,
and so Milch is ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Don was in the booth a couple nights ago on Wednesday night and
fouled off at the plate. So we'll do it again, 0-2. I got to hear part of that game, but I was not listening.
He
when
didn't
Don
come on the
was
radio
here.
Wednesday night, but he is going to come back and
Good.
have a chat with us.
Always good to have him here. 0-2 the count. Milch's 0-2 offering is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes. You'll recall last night, Alex Pham struck out the first 5 batters he faced and struck out the first 8 of 9 batters he faced. Ended up the game with 15 strikeouts. Wow. Here's Elijah Holguin, right-handed hitting center fielder. Holguin a single in 3 trips last night, and he swings and lines it over the second baseman's head and into right field. Fielded there by Connor Blair, gets it back into the infield, so a 1-out single for Holguin, opposite field bingle. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cade Ford. Ford, big right-handed hitter. We do not have the vital stats on these players, but he looks to be about 6'2", 6'3". Ford last night a double in 3 trips, and he takes a pitch right down the heart of the plate for a called strike 1. Elijah Holguin held on at first by Chase Larson. Working from the stretch, Milch comes to the plate. The fastball is wide, and the count even at 1. Ramon Enriquez in the crouch behind the plate. Chase Larson at first. Jackson Critch, the second baseman. Coco Figueiredo at short, and McCarthy Tatum at third. The next pitch inside, it goes to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, Elijah Holguin will trot down to second base. In the outfield for the Crabs, it's Bronson Grubbs in left, Otis Statham, the center fielder, and Connor Blair in right. Just underway at the ballpark on a night made for baseball. Runner at second, 1 down. At the set, the pitch fouled off the mask of the catcher, it looked like, and the count even at 2. Jared Milch, back foot on the rubber, looks into Ramon Enriquez for his sign. Comes to rest at the belt, and the pitch. Strike 3 called, got him on the outside corner with a heater. Second strikeout of the inning for Milch. There are 2 down, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Kyler Laramie. Laramie had a rough night last night. The hat trick, 3 at-bats, and he did not put the bat on the ball, at least put it in fair territory. He struck out 3 times against Alex Pham. Of course, he wasn't alone in terms of striking out. It's a high bouncer to the second baseman on 1 hop. He's got it. The throw to first, and Laramie is out, and the Bears are gone in the first inning. No runs. They had a hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of half an inning of play, it's the Valley Bears nothing, and the Crabs coming to bat. And you're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Yes. Oh, fabulous. Oh, outstanding. That is always this way.
Board members better not be angels.
No, they love the danger.
Oh, that's the one on my list.
No.
That's definitely the one on mine.
Yeah.
Which one we played as a game? I mean, really. There's 2 songs Kenny Loggins can get on.
Every time I see a picture of Caucasian Jesus, I'm always like, oh, it's Kenny Loggins.
Yes, he has risen.
Archer's the only region I know about.
That one and the something like Christopher Robin and
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Are we on?
No, 30.
Heading into the home half of the first inning, it'll be Bronson Grubbs, Coco Figueiredo, and Connor Blair to face the right-hander Cody Fierro. Fierro will be pitching to Cesar Ortega Jr. We'll set up the infield after this pitch. His first pitch is taken for a called strike one. Kyler Laramie's the first baseman. Connor Martin at second. Russell McClung, the shortstop, and Ridge Hutcheby at third. The 0-1 pitch, taken a bit high, 1-1. In the outfield, Tyshawn Bradford in left, Elijah Holguin, the center fielder, and Orion Ellis in right. The next pitch is taken for a called strike two. Off-speed curveball, and it puts Fierro ahead, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is grounded foul over by Brad Morgan, third base coaching box. Here's the 1-2. Curveball is grounded down to the third baseman. He backhands it. Long throw across the diamond is true, and Grubbs is retired, one down. Nice play by Ridge Hutcheby on that grounder that just a little bit off the line down the third base line. One down, and that'll bring up Coco Figueiredo. Coco had a big night last night, a couple of doubles and 3 runs driven in. Coco, the one player on the Crabs who is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting left against the right-hander Cody Fierro. First pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes to Figueiredo. Fierro's 1-0 pitch taken for a called strike, outside corner just above the knees. The 2-1. In there for a called strike two. Figueiredo takes a look at Michael Cowan in disbelief. A ball and 2 strikes to the Crab shortstop, Coco Figueiredo. The 1-2 pitch misses low, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch misses outside, and the count goes full. Crabs broke out early last night with 3 runs in the opening frame, and they added a pair more in the third, and they were never headed. Payoff pitch, lined past the first baseman and down the right field line. Right fielder up with it. Figueiredo rounds first. He's going to go to second. Here's the throw, and he is in there, sliding with a double. Sharply hit grounder that hugged the line. Right fielder Ellis got it pretty well, and the throw to second was not bad at all on a bounce. But Figueiredo, with his speed, able to get in there with the double. Crabs with a runner now in scoring position and 1 out in the first, and that'll bring up Connor Blair. Blair, right-handed hitter. The pitch to Blair, swing and a miss, strike one. Blair 4 hits in 15 at bats, and he's driven across 4 runs. Figueiredo leads at second. And the pitch. Breaking ball, it's in the dirt. 2-1. Or is it 1-1? Excuse me. Blair stands in. Fierro toes the rubber, comes to the rest at the belt. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch. Blair could not get it, and it's 1-2. Fierro set. The pitch is hit high in the air. The first baseman in foul territory. First baseman's under it and makes the catch for the second out. So Blair pops to first baseman Laramie, 2 down, and it'll bring up the cleanup hitter McCarthy Tatum.
That's what we call an unproductive out.
It was not productive. That is true. McCarthy Tatum, 4 hits in 16 at-bats on the season. He's also driven across 4.
Did anybody for the Crabs hit a home run last night?
No, there were no home runs last night.
So Jackson
Except for
Critch,
the
the other guy did, right.
Yeah.
The leadoff hitter for the other team did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jackson Critch is still the only member of the Crabs
Yep, 2
with a
home
home
runs.
run, and he has 2.
Yep. McCarthy Tatum would like to join that club right here. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Curveball and a beauty. Strike 1. 1-1. Fierro had an effective hook early here in the first inning. There it is again, and that one's fouled off to the right and out of play.
A good high fastball there, too.
1-2 the count.
It makes all the difference with these teams who the starting pitcher is. I mean, as I noted, we saw the Seals play really poorly on Tuesday night, and the pitching was terrible. And then Wednesday night, they saved their best pitchers, apparently, for Wednesday night, and it was way better. Crabs only had 2 hits after the 4th inning.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball is low. 2-2. Well, last night the Crabs scored 11 runs, but they only had 5 base knocks.
Yeah, right. So
I mean, as a team,
yeah.
the Crabs are hitting 224.
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
un-crab-like.
They benefited from a lot of mistakes on the part of their opponents, errors and poor pitching.
Line drive into right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Rounding. Oh, it gets
Ooh.
by the right fielder. Easily coming in to score is Figueiredo. McCarthy Tatum rounds second. He'll go to third, and he'll be in there with a double and an error on the right fielder, I'd say.
Yep.
Would you say double or single?
Actually, I say single and error on the right fielder.
All right. So credit McCarthy with a base knock. An error on the right fielder moves him all the way to third base. Credit McCarthy Tatum with an RBI as Figueiredo comes in to score, and the Crabs have drawn first blood here in the bottom of the first. Now they've got a runner on third with 2 down, and Chase Larson coming to the bat.
It's still an earned run because Figueiredo would have scored anyway.
Yes, yes. Pitch to Larson is high, 1-0. Chase, 3 hits at 13 at-bats on the season. Once they get to like 25 at-bats, then we'll start giving you the straight
Yeah, there's not much
average.
point in giving a batting average at this point in the season.
The 1-0 to Larson. Chase takes a curveball that just misses outside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Larson takes a strike, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Ortega, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Outside with a fastball. So Larson draws a free pass. Now with runners at the corners, it'll be up to Johnny Mendoza. Mendoza serving as the designated hitter tonight. Johnny has 2 hits in 15 at-bats thus far this year. Right-hander versus right-hander. Cody Fierro at the set. The pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. He's got it on a short hop, throws to first low, but the first baseman digs it out, and the Crabs are retired in the first inning. They come up with a run on a pair of hits. There was an error and 2 left, and at the end of an inning complete, it's the Crabs 1 and the Bears nothing. And you listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Humboldt Mortgage, committed to helping borrowers find quality financing for over 50 years. If you're buying a home, business, or land, Humboldt Mortgage will help you get it done. Call Bob J. Lawton at Humboldt Mortgage in Eureka, or find him at HumboldtMortgage.net. We need to get their phone number, Hope. They didn't give us their phone number.
We did this last year. Same
we did.
thing.
We had to call them and get their phone number. Well, we had to find their phone number, and then
Add it to
we couldn't call them and get their phone number.
Right. First pitch. Welcome back, Benjamin. It's just, people take notes in his class. How do you do that? Wait a second.
Perfect. Thank you.
1-0 the count. Ortega swings at a fastball and misses. 1-1. Boy, I'm impressed with Johnny Mendoza behind the plate.
That's not Johnny Mendoza behind the plate.
Or Ramon tonight, Ramon Enriquez. I'm impressed with both catchers.
They both are excellent at throwing
Yeah.
out base runners.
Did you see his throw just
No.
before they began this inning when they throw the ball around the infield? I mean, it was right on the bag. Perfect. Next pitch is taken for a
adios.
call. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the ball game for Jared Milch. And that'll bring up Connor Martin. Martin 0 for 2 last night. Guess what? Both of them were strikeouts at the hands of Alex Pham. First pitch is fouled out of the ballpark off to the right. Strike 1.
Has anybody inquired as to whether Alex Pham is any relation to?
The St. Louis outfielder?
Yeah. Tommy
I don't
Pham?
think so. I think we'd know that if that were the case. Pitch is low. That would probably be in our guide, our media guide.
We have had,
Swing and a miss.
remember we had Manny Ramirez Jr. on our team.
Yeah. 1-2 the count to Connor Martin. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Blew that
Martin
pitch
down
right
on
past him.
strikes.
Well, that's 4 strikeouts already now for Milch.
That'll bring up Rich Hutcheby. Ridge. R-I-D-G-E, Ridge. Now that says Huckabee.
It says Huckabee on
That
his-
says Huckabee. Okay.
I think the manager's writing is not. Well, it looks pretty clearly Huch.
Strike called, or a swinging strike.
I think we should go with what his
1-1.
uniform says, though.
Well, I think so. Yeah. Unless we hear from his mother, it's going to be Huckabee. The 0-1 pitch waved at and missed. So Jared Milch, one pitch away from striking out the side in the second inning.
Was it Scherzer who had an immaculate inning last week? I think it was Scherzer.
9 pitches.
9 pitches.
Wow. Oh, fastball high
I
and
think
wide.
there's only
1 and
been
2.
6 players who've done that. Ryan's done it a couple times. I forget now. I read the article, but it's not very common.
1 and 2. The pitch. Got him swinging. So Jared Milch indeed strikes out the side. And at the end of an inning and a half, the score remains Crabs 1, Bears nothing. Mr. Krabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Slice of Humble Pie. At a Slice of Humble Pie, everything's made in-house and fresh, hot and ready to eat, or for taking away or dine in. They have something for everyone. Slice of Humble Pie is located just off the Arcata Plaza at 828 I Street. You can order online, or the Slice of Humble Pie, or use the Slice of Humble Pie app and get 10% off your first order.
40, catcher, Ramon Enriquez.
Ramon Enriquez to lead it off for the Crabs. The bottom of the second inning. Cody Fierro rocks into the windup, and the first pitch is waved at and missed. A high fastball. 0-1. Enriquez will be followed by Otis Statham and Jackson Critch. The 0-1. In there for a called strike 2. You know, you read that Slice of Pie ad, and my mouth starts to water. They're so good.
Oh, yeah, it's delicious.
0-2 to Enriquez. Fierro comes to the plate with a high breaking ball. One and 2 the count. Enriquez leading off the second for the Crabs, and he hits that one into right center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Diving try by the right fielder. He can't come up with it. The center fielder's got it, and his throw to second base is not going to be in time as Enriquez pulls into second with a stand-up double. Coco Figueiredo hit a one-out double in the first inning and eventually came around to score on a single by McCarthy Tatum. Here's Otis Statham, right-handed hitter. Fierro at the belt. Glance at the runner. He comes to the plate. Breaking ball taken for a called strike 1.
Boy, he got away with that. That was a hanging pitch right out over the heart of the plate.
0-1 the count. Fastball is grounded just fair down the third base line. Rounding third is Enriquez. He's going to come to the plate, and the throw is not going to be nearly in time. Moving to second is Otis Statham. We're going to call that one a double? I think so.
I think it is a double.
Yeah. I don't think he had a
I'm not
chance
calling
to get
it a double. It
was
is a double.
All right. Back-to-back doubles, and the Crabs have scored the second run of the ball game. Statham now at second. Nobody out, and here is Jackson Critch. The pitch to Critch is in the dirt, nicely blocked by Ortega. 1 ball and no strikes. Crabs already with 4 base hits in the ball game, 3 doubles. The 1-0. Again in the 2 balls and no strike. Two and 0 the count. Pitch is grounded to the shortstop. He's up with it, and his throw to first in time to retire Critch on the play. Otis Statham moves to third base. So that is a productive out. Statham now 90 feet from home, and the leadoff hitter for the Crabs, Bronson Grubbs, coming to the bat.
Oh, they're going to bring the infield in.
Infield coming in early.
That doesn't surprise me because they look thoroughly overpowered by Milch.
First pitch, a high fly ball into shallow center field. Center fielder Holguin camps under it and gets it. Here's the throw to the plate. It's cut off. No play at the plate. Statham comes in to score the third run of the ball game. Credit Grubbs with a sacrifice fly. An RBI, and it's now 3-0. So Coco Figueiredo comes to the bat with the bases empty and 2 outs. But the good news for Crabs fans is they've plated 2 already this inning, so it's now a 3-0 contest. Fierro's pitch, Figueiredo backs out of the way. Came close to hitting him. It's 1 ball. The next pitch, outside corner for a called strike 1. You know, at a Little League ball game, one of the things you'll often hear parents in the stands yell, and batter takes the ball. Good eye, they'll yell, good eye. Coco Figueiredo has a good eye. Leads the team in walks. Going into last night's game, he was hitting about 220, and his on-base percentage was 400. So we still use that old statistic like everybody else, but we ought not. We ought to use on-base percentage instead of batting average to tell the true worth of a batter. That pitch misses wide, 3-1. Do you agree or disagree?
We ought to use OPS.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I do agree that on-base percentage is more important than batting average. Yes.
The OPS is fine if you're talking about middle of the lineup guys, but
Yeah,
there's
that's a
a
good
ground
point.
ball to the left side and through for a base hit. So Figueiredo comes up with his second base knock of the evening, a 2-out single. He went the other way, and that'll bring up Connor Blair, who popped out to the first baseman in the first inning. Figueiredo, of course, with good speed at first base. He's being held on there by Kyler Laramie. Fierro at the set. The pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Ortega. He couldn't find it. It was at his feet. He was whirled around 360 degrees a couple of times and said, oh, there it is. So Figueiredo staying at first base. 1 ball the count now to Connor Blair. Fierro at the rest, and the pitch again. It's bouncing, and it's 2-0. Geez, we saw a lot of that last night. A lot of balls didn't make it the full 60 feet. 2-0 to Connor Blair. Righty versus righty.
They've got a reliever beginning to warm up in the bullpen.
Fouled off to the right and out of play. Is that a right-hander? I can't see from
Yes.
here. Yeah, right-hander. Okay. 2-1 the count now to Blair. The pitch misses wide. 3 balls in the strike. So the Crabs trying to add a few more with a 2-out rally here. Figueredo at first. And a 3-1 count. Hitters count for Connor Blair.
I'm going to say that I think 3 runs is enough. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Inside, ball 4. Oh, to win the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. The way Milch is pitching certainly be the case. Here's McCarthy Tatum. He drove in the first run of the ball game with a solid single. Now there's a couple of Crabs on the pads that McCarthy Tatum would like to pick up. The pitch to him, high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Crab runners take their leads. The 1-0 pitch. Again, it's low in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Fierro has already walked a pair. The 2-0. High and outside, so he's a pitch away from loading him up. And throwing a lot of pitches early in this contest. He may not be long for this contest at this rate. The 3-0, that's right down the heart of the plate. Oh, no. Tatum threw his bat away like he was trotting down to first base, and now he kind of pounds his chest. My bad. Yeah, that wasn't close to being ball 4. Yeah, what part of the middle of the plate didn't it hit? 3-1 to McCarthy Tatum. The pitch. High
There
ball
you go.
4.
Now he can go down
Now
there.
he can go down there. Second consecutive walk issued by Fierro. And now we have the bases absolutely FOC, full of crustaceans for Chase Larson.
Well, I didn't think I mentioned it, but I actually have an appointment, an orthodontist appointment tonight.
Do you?
It's the only time you can see me.
It's kind of like pulling teeth out here. Is that what you're saying? Manager Cesar Ortega.
I may have to cut out early.
Out to talk with the pitcher. Now, you give fans grief when they leave the ballpark in the 6th inning, so I don't want to hear anything from you about zipping down those stairs. Here's Chase Larson. All right, bases juiced.
Well, they were leaving the other night. It was tied at 3 in the 10th inning, and they were packing up.
Oh, fastball gets by the catcher into home.
That's pass ball.
Comes Figueredo. I would call it a pass ball.
Yep.
And the other Crabs move up 90 feet. So Blair to third, McCarthy Tatum to second. The wild pitch scores Figueredo. So it's now 4-0. Yeah, it's a tough job for the catcher, though. I don't know. Maybe a wild pitch. I don't know.
You know, generally, I think unless it bounces, I mean, he has to stand up to get it.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't
the
that
1-0.
high.
Fastball for a strike. 1-1.
And it glanced off his glove.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. PB.
it is tough.
A ball and a strike now to Chase Larson. The pitch. Ground ball past the mound. Shortstop has it bounce off his glove, and a run's going to score.
E6.
So that'll be an error on the shortstop. No RBI for Larson as Blair comes in to score, and Tatum moves to third. Crabs now with runners at the corners and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Johnny Mendoza. He made the last out last inning. Mendoza, the 9th batter to come to plate for the Crabs here in the bottom of the second inning, and they already lead 5-0. The pitch taken for a called strike one. Johnny Mendoza serving as the designated hitter tonight. In the on-deck area, tonight's catcher, Ramon Enriquez. Two fine backstops. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So Fierro took something off of that one and had Johnny Mendoza way out in front. So Fierro ahead on the count 0-2. Trying to bring this inning to a close. The 0-2 pitch misses wide, 1-2. Well, the Crabs led 5-0 after 3 innings last night. They're up 5-0 after an inning and 2/3 tonight. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike 3. So Mendoza down on strikes, but the Crabs strike for 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. A couple of walks were also helpful. And at the end of 2 complete, it's the Crabs 5 and the Bears nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the third, Crabs up 5-0.
Tyshawn Bradford to lead it off. He was the opening pitcher last night and suffered the defeat. First pitch, he swings at a fastball, strike 1. 5 of the 6 outs recorded by Jared Milch by way of strikeout. That one's hit high and foul, out of play, off to the right, out where they're cooking hamburgers.
The Bears hitters are just overpowered by Milch's fastball.
Exhibited excellent control thus far as well. Ahead of the hitters, he's ahead here 0-2. That fastball is well high, 1-2. After Bradford, we go to Orion Ellis and then the top of the order and Russell McClung. Fouled off to the left. 1-2.
No 10-run rule tonight.
No 10-run rule tonight.
I mean, not at the ballpark. I have a 10-run rule.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
yeah.
but the ballpark does.
Fastball inside backs him off the plate, and the count goes even now, 2-2 to Tyshawn Bradford. So no mercy rule tonight. They'll play till it's over. Swing and a miss. Bradford down on strikes. Half a dozen already for Jared Milch.
He was totally fooled on that pitch, too. I mean, that was a very half-hearted swing. That's 4 strikeouts in a row.
Here's Orion Ellis. And he fouls the first pitch. No, this is
well, it says Ortega on his
Ortega.
Uniform, but I'm pretty sure. But I mean, it's Ellis on the lineup card.
yeah.
I think he's probably wearing somebody else's jersey.
We'll go with Ellis unless we hear differently. There's a fastball just a bit inside, and the count even at 1.
They may be trying to hide their identities.
Be nice.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Gonna,
that was too much.
We're going to work it. We're going to work on being nice this year. Here's the 1-1. That one's fouled hard. Foul down by Larry Zerlang. in the right field area. Everybody okay over there? That was a wicked shot.
You got to pay attention if you're going to sit along that bench over there.
Well, there's a young boy there that's got a glove, so
He's protecting everybody.
he's protecting him. The next pitch is swung on and missed. Guess what? Strikeout number 7. Ellis down on strikes. 5 of the 7 have been swinging variety, 2 down, and Russell McClung started the parade off as he fanned to open the ball game. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Valley Bears. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no miscues for the Crabs. The first pitch to McClung is a breaking ball that misses wide, 1-0. The 1-0 fouled behind us, a ball and a strike. As we mentioned at the outset, McClung has accounted for the only run tallied by the Valley Bears thus far this series, a solo home run to lead off the 4th inning last night. He's backed off the plate there, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled at the plate. I think that came off the mask of home plate umpire Michael Cowan. Two balls, 2 strikes on McClung. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball,
Oh,
just
where did
a bit
that
high.
miss?
Yeah, a little high. It was over the plate, but just a tad high. So the count goes full now to McClung. Milch reads Enriquez, and the payoff pitch. High pop-up on the infield in foul territory. Enriquez, mask off, comes over and makes a fine running catch, backhands it near the Crabs dugout. What an outstanding play by Ramon Enriquez. So the Bears are down in order, nothing across, and at the end of 2.5, the score remains Crabs 5, Bears nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia Rica.
Thanks to Harper Motors, serving the North Coast for more than 100 years. Check out all the latest models, new and used, at the Carousel, 2 miles north of Eureka, or visit them online at harpermotors.com. Harper Motors will donate $50 to District 26 Little League for every home run the Crabs hit this season. Bottom of the 3rd, it'll be the bottom of the order for the Crabs. Ramon Enriquez, Otis Statham, and Jackson Critch. Crabs up 5-0.
Well, Ramon Enriquez just made a fine running catch of a foul ball over near the Crabs dugout, and he leads off the 3rd inning for the Crabs. He led off the 2nd inning with a double and scored the first of 4 runs tallied by the Crabs, and he takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Crabs had back-to-back doubles to get things going in the 2nd. Fierro's 0-1 pitch Just misses a bit outside. Ortega framed that one for home plate umpire Cowan, but did not get the call. One and one the count. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1. Two and one the count now to Ramon Enriquez. That one's high with a heater. 3-1. Well, it's a little early in the season, but we may need to bring out the ankle bracelets to hold the professor here for the latter innings of this ball game. He is an escape artist like I haven't seen since Houdini, I'll tell you.
Well,
next pitch is taken for a called strike 2. Ramon started a step toward first base, and Michael Cowan said, no, I'm going to call that one a strike. And Ramon's not going to argue too much because he wants that call when he's in the squat behind the plate. The payoff pitch to Enriquez. Fouled, hard foul off to the right. So we'll do it again now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bit of a breeze blowing out. And the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to
that's
Enriquez.
the 4th walk issued by Fierro.
4 walks, 5 hits. Understandable why the Crabs have already scored 5. Statham doubled down the left field line, and he takes a strike. Had a notion, let it go by, and it was a called strike 1. Tatum hit a sizzling grounder just inside the third base line to drive in Ramon Enriquez last inning. The 0-1 pitch. That misses high and outside. 1-1.
Enriquez over there dancing around a quarter of the way to second base out there trying to get the pitcher's attention.
Well, you got to be careful with this catcher because Cesar Ortega has shown us some good backstopping early in this series as well. 1-1 the count now to Otis Statham. The pitch, that's in the dirt. A good block by Ortega. No advance by Enriquez, and the count now 2-1. Ramon Enriquez at first. Nobody out here in the top of the, in the bottom of the third. Crabs leading 5-0. From the set. The 2-1 to Statham. Otis lets it go by, and it is a called strike 2. Two and 2 to the right-handed hitting center fielder Otis Statham. Fierro is set. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to second base, and he is in there. So Statham down on strikes. Credit Enriquez with a stolen base. It was an off-speed pitch. Nothing wrong with the throw by Ortega. It was right on the bag, but Enriquez was already sliding in. I think the ball may have hit him. He's fine, but I don't think the glove was ever put on it by a fielder. Here's Jackson Critch with an RBI opportunity as Enriquez in scoring position at second base. Critch grounded out short to first in his only at-bat of the evening. And the pitch to Jackson, he fouls it off to the right and out of play, strike 1. As Benjamin mentioned earlier, Critch has the only 2 round trippers. Only 2 home runs for the Crabs thus far this season. 0-1 to Critch. High pop-up foul, and it's going to be out of play into the stands. No, beyond the stands, out of the park. It's 1-2. 0-2, excuse me. Oh, and 2 to Cridge. The pitch. This is wide, 1-2. Right-hander versus right-hander. Fierro at the set. Second baseman trying to dance behind Ramon Enriquez. Pitches in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and there'll be an advance on the part of Enriquez. That's a wild pitch. Ortega just could not come up with it. Tried to grab it, couldn't get the handle on it. So Enriquez walks, steals second, his wild pitch to third, and now a fly ball will bring that run home. The count 2-2 now to Critch. The pitch. Jackson swings and grounds it to the shortstop. His only play is going to be to first base. He throws out Critch, but credit Jackson with an RBI as Enriquez comes in to score, and it's now a 6-0 Crabs game. Top of the order now to Bronson Grubbs. Grubbs 0 for 1 officially. His sacrifice fly to center field brought in a run in his last at bat. Breaking ball taken for a called strike one. 2 down, bases are empty. So Grubbs getting his third at bat of the ball game here in the third inning. Fierro's 0-1 pitch misses wide with a fastball, 1-1. Crabs did it a couple of times last night. In 2 innings, they scored a run without benefit of a base hit, and that's what they've done here in the third inning. Line drive into left field. That's going to be in there for a base hit, and it's going to go to the wall. The left fielder, Bradford, is after it, rounding first and heading towards second is Grubbs. He's on his way to third. The throw to third is not going to be in time. A triple for Bronson Grubbs.
I don't think the left fielder, Bradford, really saw it off the bat. He was shielding his eyes at first, and then got a very late start on it, and that's one of the reasons it ended up all the way rolling up to the wall.
Yeah, that's a good point, Benjamin. That probably would have been a single had he played it properly, had he seen it off the bat, as you said. Here's Coco Figueiredo. Runner at third and 2 down. Coco already with a single and a double and 2 runs scored on the evening. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Fierro chooses to work from the windup with a runner on third. He does not have an exaggerated windup, but he does not go into the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, strike 2 called, outside corner and a beauty. So Fierro ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball past the pitcher's mound. Shortstop's got it on a couple of hops. The throw to first base in time to get the speedy Figueiredo and retire the Crabs in the third inning. However, they came up with a run on 1 hit. No errors, 1 left, and at the end of 3 complete, it's the Crabs 6 and the Bears nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka. Blue Lake Casino and Hotel, just minutes from both the Pacific Ocean and the rugged mountains, Blue Lake Casino and Hotel offers affordable, spacious rooms with views of the gorgeous Mad River Valley and pristine forests filled with coastal redwoods. Take a dip in our outdoor heated swimming pool or our outdoor hot tub, open year-round from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call toll-free 877-BLC-2WIN or visit us at BlueLakeCasino.com. Here we go into the top of the fourth inning for all the action, everybody's favorite professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thanks, Hoke. Holquin, Ford, and Laramie for the Bears here in the top of the fourth inning with the Crabs up 6-0. The first pitch from Jared Milch is a strike on the outside corner. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Bears. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Crabs. The next pitch is fouled up against the backstop. And Milch quickly ahead 0-2. He has 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. And Milch gets the sign. Now he sets. He doesn't like the sign. Now he's ready. And now time's called. Home plate umpire decided he was taking too long. And the next pitch is a fastball that rides just high. So a ball and a strike. Actually, I think it's a ball and 2 strikes is the count to Holquin. Singled in his first at bat. Elijah Holquin. And the next pitch is an off-speed pitch that floats high and outside. 2-2 the count. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And, ooh, there's a fastball that just misses inside. So a full count now. Milch winds and deals. That one's hit high in the air to shallow center field. Statham coming in on it. It's going to drop for a base hit.
An old-fashioned Texas leaguer.
Second hit of the game for the Bears. And leadoff runner is aboard here in the fourth inning.
Call that a seeing eye single, or do you reserve that for a ground ball that just makes it through the infield?
I think it's the latter, yes.
Okay. That's just a little flare.
So Holcomb with a short lead over at first. Here's Ford, and that's fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. Cade Ford?
Mm-hmm.
Cade Ford struck out looking in his first at bat. And the 0-1 to Ford is waved at and missed. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Milch has a look over at first and comes home with a fastball that just misses outside. One and 2. And now a toss to first. The 1-2 is right down the middle for called strike 3. 8th strikeout for Milch. Second time that he's got Ford looking. Here's Kyler Laramie. Grounded out to second in his first at bat. Holcomb still over at first. Here's the pitch, and he hits that foul out onto F Street. Holkman extending his lead now. I'd be surprised if he steals, but Milch is worried about it. He tosses over there. Down 6-0. It seems hardly worth the risk.
Good point.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled out of play. They are consistently behind on the fastball.
Well, he
the
throws
Bears
hard.
hitters. He does,
Yeah,
yeah.
Got some movement on it, too.
They can't bear it.
Uh-oh.
Get it? Valley Bears can't bear the yeah. Yeah. Thank you. The 0-2 rides high. 1-2.
I could say we barely missed you last night, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
1-2 the count. And the pitch. Ooh, just got a piece of it and fouls it off the catcher's mask. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. So
Would you describe this batter as stout? Is that a fair description?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Stout?
Yeah.
Okay.
One and 2 to count. Here's the pitch. There's a high hopper over the mound. Coming in on it is the shortstop. He bobbles, throws to first just in time to get Laramie. Nice play by Figueiredo. Holquin advances to second on the play.
Bang, bang play at first. Laramie not the swiftest of runners. That was a slowly hit ball. Tough chance. As you say, Figueiredo made a nice play, but I don't think he'd have gotten most batters.
I don't think so either.
But
I think you're right.
Laramee's
That would
does
normally
not
be an
speak.
infield hit, yeah. So here's Ortega Jr., caught looking in his first at-bat. So runner out at second now with 2 away. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. Milch has a look out at second. Now he comes home with a fastball. It's fouled out of play. Oh, and 2. Here's the pitch. Nope, he's going to step off. The 0-2 is grounded back to the mound. Milch has it, throws to first to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left at the end of 3.5. It's 6-0 in favor of the Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Solutions for Small Businesses offers bookkeeping services, help with QuickBooks, and full-service payroll. We have 25 years of bookkeeping experience, but we're really more than that. We're more like mom for the small business owner. I get you. Because we can help you solve all your problems, and you can feel comfortable telling us about your record-keeping troubles. We will have the solutions for you. Contact us at 707-267-7923 or inside the Greenway Building at 1385 8th Street, Suite 104, Arcata, or online at solutions4sb.com. That's Solutions for Small Businesses. Home half of the fourth, Crabs have scored every inning up till now. They lead 6-0, and here's Benjamin.
Thanks, Hoke. It'll be Blair, Tatum, and Larson for the Crabs against Cody Fierro. And the first pitch from Fierro is a slider that misses away. 1-0 the count. And the 1-0 is hit in the air to center field. Playable. And near the warning track, that one drifted, but Holguin catches it near the warning track. So 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. I think that's the first time. Nope. I was going to say it's the first time the Crabs have gotten the leadoff hitter has gotten out, but it's not true. Here's McCarthy Tatum. He's singled and walked so far tonight. Fierro winds and comes home with a fastball in the dirt all the way to the backstop.
We got a new pitcher on the mound.
Do we?
I think so.
Well,
I think that's Toledo.
I think you're right because he was warming. There was somebody warming in the pen earlier, and he's not there now. So this is, what's his name? Toledo?
Toledo. I'll get a first name for you in a second.
There's a breaking pitch that misses away, 1-1.
Jose Toledo.
Jose Toledo on a relief of Cody Fierro then. 2-0 now the count. Toledo, next pitch is a fastball at the knees. Good pitch. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that slider misses. Down and away, 3-1. Hit high in the air, back at home plate. Catcher coming back, but it's going to drift into the seats. Where it will not be caught by a fan. A ball and 2 strikes now, the count to Tatum. And here's the pitch. Ball 4. So first walk issued by Toledo. Here's Chase Larson. Larson aboard on an error and aboard by way of the walk so far tonight. In neither case did he advance beyond first base. So Tatum over at first. Got a good lead over there. He's going. Pitch is high and outside. To throw down to second is on the wrong side of the bag, and he's got it stolen. Crabs have been stealing like mad. I notice our stat sheet doesn't show their stolen bases, but they got a ton.
It doesn't?
I didn't see it on there. I looked. If you can find it somewhere in the vicinity of your area there, you can look it up. 1-0 the count. Meanwhile, to Larson. The 1-0. Line right back over the pitcher's head and out in shallow center field where it's fielded by the second baseman. He tries to throw the runner out at first, but not in time. The ball has not hit that hard. It surprised Toledo, and he instinctively reached up to grab it, but missed it. And that's going to put runners on the corners now for the Crabs with one out for Johnny Mendoza. That is the 7th hit of the game for the Crabs.
I can't believe it.
I don't see it on there either.
They're not stolen bases here.
Yeah, it's an outrage.
They've got the weirdest statistics. I mean,
I know.
What your batting average is if you had spaghetti for dinner.
Yeah.
But they don't have stolen bases.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a tapper over the mound out towards short. He's got it. He steps on the bag. Throw to first is not in time. That was a slow roller, a nice play by the shortstop McClune, but the run comes in to make it 7-0 now in favor of the Crabs, right?
Right. So give Johnny
RBI
Mendoza an RBI
Mendoza.
on that. Yeah. As Tatum comes in to score. So the Crabs keep their streak alive. They have scored in every inning thus far in the ballgame.
So 2 away now. Here's Ramon Enriquez. Enriquez has doubled and walked and scored a couple runs. Mendoza over at first. He's got a modest lead over there. Here's the pitch. This is high with a fastball. One another count. Here's the pitch. And there's a slider on the outside corner for a strike. One and one the count. And the pitch. Fastball is high. Throw down the first behind the runner. And the runner's back. You know, I learned on the radio that throwing behind the runner can lead to an unnecessary run, and that you shouldn't do it.
I don't know what company put that ad out, but please.
A little bit.
I think it leads to touchdowns.
Right. 2-1 the count. Misses high. 3-1. Yeah. Yeah. Those ads are very helpful to me to listen to when I listen to Giants games. I like the one, don't let the other team get more runs than you, or you could suffer
a defeat,
unnecessary loss.
It could happen.
3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one's hit high in the air and deep to center field. Playable. The center fielder near the track, and he has it for out number 3. But the Crabs get another run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 2 left, and at the end of 4, they're up 7-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
You want to be sure to tune in to Crab's Corner every Sunday night on Redwood Television's News Channel 3 broadcast at 6 o'clock for a special report on Humboldt Crabs baseball. Insider interviews with the Crabs players and coaches, game highlights, and trivia. One lucky winner who has the correct trivia answer will receive a pair of Crabs tickets. Sponsor Crab's Corner for just $150 per week for 10 weeks of glorious Crabs baseball. Visit Redwood News TV or KIEMTV.com for more information. Nice job on Crab's Corner. Saw the first one last week. 15 or 20 minutes.
You didn't have your headphones. You didn't have the microphone on.
That's good.
I
No
kept
mic.
wondering why I couldn't hear you.
All right. Anyhow, we're having all kinds of technical difficulties up here.
Yeah, that's a technical one.
Crab's Corner, Sunday, 6 o'clock. News Channel 3.
Martin, Huckabee, and Bradford for the Bears here in the top of the 5th inning. Milch out for his 5th inning of work. The first pitch to Huckabee. No, Martin is taken low, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses high, 2-0. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Bears. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Crabs. And the next pitch. Swing and a miss at a good fastball. 2-1 the count. Two one is a called strike on the outside corner. Martin was inclined to go after it and then held up. 2-2 the count. There's a breaking pitch. Oh, I don't know where that missed. I would inquire if my voice were in better shape. But
A gentle inquiry.
3-2 the count. Oh, blows the fastball by him. That's the 9th strikeout for Milch. And there's one away in the top of the 5th. Here's Rich Huckabee. He struck out in his first at bat. Here's the pitch, and he hits one high in the air and deep to left field. I think it's going to go foul, and it does. So
Flag seems limp out in center field, but the ball seems to have pretty decent carry tonight.
yeah. Well, if you look at the interesting thing is if you look at the flag over City Hall, that at that level, which that flag is what, about 15 or 20 feet higher, that flag is blowing fairly briskly towards left field. Swinging and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2. So the one atop City Hall there you see is blowing much more vigorously. So if you get a pitch, if you hit a ball that high, it'll drift.
Yeah, get some carry.
0-2 the count. There's a ground ball in the hole on the left side. Knocked down by Tatum. He gets up. Throw to first is in time. Nice play. Oh, really? Nice. I thought they called him safe for a second.
No.
McCarthy Tatum with a nice play. That's good. I was headed down the ladder.
That was a heck of a play.
That was a very nice play. 2 outs now. Here's Bradford. Keyshawn Bradford. And he hits a ball down the right field line.
Yeah.
That's trouble. That's
Yeah.
into the corner. And he's going to hold up at first as Blair over there to get it.
Fine throw into second base by Connor Blair, inhibiting any thoughts on the part of
Yeah, he got out there
Tyshawn
pretty quickly.
Bradford. Yeah, I mean, Bradford was perhaps thinking of heading towards second, but wisely held up.
So a 2 outs in Bradford per first. Here's
Orion Ellis,
Orion Ellis.
we think.
Well, a pinch hitter. This is, well, it says it's Toledo. The pitcher. Now, Ellis is the right fielder in this game, so I'm absolutely baffled as to what this could be. So he must have gone into Ellis's position.
Okay.
And Ellis is what? Where did Ellis go? The next pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Ellis was in right field. But why is Toledo? Ellis has to be out of the game? There must be a new right fielder, right? Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first, and the runner dives back safely.
Whoa.
That throw is on the other side of the bag. They might have had him out.
Still, I mean, that was a laser to first base.
Yeah, it was. So, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Toledo's batting in Ellis' spot.
I don't either.
Unless Ellis, like I said, Ellis has to be out of the game.
So we just need to find out.
But then who went in the pitcher's spot then? Or I guess who went in the D? I don't know. I suspect the DH has something to do with this. Anyway, 1-1's the count, and that's fouled out of play. A ball and 2 strikes now. I suppose if Ellis went to DH, then that would make sense, right? There's a high bounder over the mound. Figueredo has it. He steps on second base to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left, and at the end of 4.5, it's still 7-0 in favor of the Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 5th inning. Jose Toledo is on the mound, so I don't know who's in right field, but somebody else.
I'm going to put Cade Ford there.
I think that makes the most sense, is that Toledo came in for Ellis, who is the 9-hitter in right field, and that meant that Ellis came out of the game, and then Cade Ford went to right field from the DH spot. I don't know. Honestly,
that doesn't look like number 8 out there.
No, I don't
know
what's going on. Who knows? Otis Statham lead it off. He has doubled and struck out so far tonight. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Bears. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Crabs. And the first pitch from Fierro. Toledo is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. The 0-1 fastball is taken at the knees for strike 2. Toledo rocks and comes home 0-2 with a breaking pitch in the dirt. So ball and 2 strikes is the count now. One and 2. Here's the pitch. Slider misses away, and the count's even. Toledo winds and deals 2-2. There's a fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and that's all for Statham. 1 away. Jackson Critch will be the hitter. He's grounded out to the shortstop twice tonight. Here's the pitch. Slider away. One and 0 the count. And there's a fastball that misses high. Two balls, no strikes. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. A big cut from Critch there.
He was going for the downs.
He sure was. 2-1 the count. One out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning with the Crabs up 7-0. These two teams will meet again tomorrow at 12:30. Should be a lovely day for baseball tomorrow. The band will be here. I'll probably be here. Slider on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 the count. Hoke will be here.
I will. I promise.
2-2 pitch in the dirt with a slider.
We're lucky and you're careless.
So the count is full. Crabs have scored in every inning of this ball game. And the next pitch is hammered into left field and deep. Has it got the height?
No.
No, it's off the fence. Critch, rounding first, will cruise easily in the second with a stand-up double off the left field fence.
That was hammered, but it didn't have the height to get his third home run of the
No,
season.
it didn't.
But it was pasted.
So with one out and Critch out at second, we'll go back to the top of the order. Here's Bronson Grubbs. Grubbs is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and a triple. So Critch out at second now with one out. Crabs got a run in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and they're threatening here in the fifth. Here's the pitch. In the dirt with a slider. He's not locating that slider at all. He's missing very consistently outside it in the dirt with it. The problem is that when he doesn't throw the slider and he gets the fastball over the plate, then the ball's hit very hard. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball is high.
Ideally, with a slider, you get a lot of strikes on pitches that aren't in the zone.
Yeah, but are close enough that.
Right.
Yeah.
But here he's been consistently missing far enough away so the player's not tempted.
No. 2-0 count. There's a fastball on the black on the outside corner. 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. There's a breaking pitch line right back up the middle for a base hit. Critch will score easily to make it 8-0 in favor of the Crabs. RBI single for Bronson Grubbs. That's his second hit of the night. And his second RBI. Coco Figueredo will be the hitter with Grubbs over at first. Figueredo is 2 for 3 with a double and 2 runs scored. And the first pitch to Figueredo is taken for a strike at the knees. Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch misses down and inside.
I do not think we saw Krusty the Crab last night, did we? I don't recall Krusty making an appearance.
I don't think Krusty likes the water. I don't think he likes the rain.
Oh, it may be, yeah. Gets a little paranoid.
Unless, of course, it's salt water. Yeah, right, yeah. 1-1 the count. Next pitch is hit in the air. Shallow center field. That is going to drop. A nice diving attempt by Elijah Holguin, but he couldn't make the catch. So that'll be a hit for Figueiredo and put runners on first and second with 1 out.
Holguin a little slow getting up, but I guess he's going to be okay. He's all right. That's good.
It did glance off his glove. He came close to catching it.
Yeah, good effort. Had a long way to go.
Graduation shout out to the rest of kids. Andrew, Anthony, and Billy.
Manager was originally going to go out to center field to see if Holguin was okay, but he indicated he's fine.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 13, Connor Blair.
So Connor Blair will be the hitter with runners on first and second and 1 out. A run already in here in the 5th inning for the Crabs. Blair tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Here's the pitch. And he hits that hard in the air to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit and load the bases.
Four straight base knocks, a double, and 3 singles. Crabs have plated 1 this inning, and now they got the bases full of crustaceans for McCarthy Tatum.
Tatum, 2 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Well, it's 8-0 already, so I would say this is a chance to blow the game open, but I think it's already been blown.
Yeah, I think it's we're beyond that point.
Here's the pitch to Tatum. Ground ball, hard on the ground is short. He goes to second for 1, back to first, and it's offline. They got the out at second, but the run scores from third to make it 9-0. So that's a fielder's choice. Connor Blair forced out at second for the second out of the inning. Grubbs comes in to score. Figueiredo to third. Here's Chase Larson. Larson tonight has walked, gotten aboard on an error, and singled. So runners on the corners now for the Crabs. 9-0. In the bottom of the 5th, there's a slider way outside. No action in the Bears bullpen, and that does not bode well for any of us. The 1-0. Hammered in the left field, but right at the left field Bradford, and he drops the ball. Ay, 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 ay. And now now they're going to throw the ball around the infield a little bit. Everybody's going to hold there as the ball skips past the second baseman. 10-0 Crabs on an error by Tyshawn Bradford. Okay, so Larson at second. McCarthy Tatum at third. Here's Johnny Mendoza. He's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Slider misses outside. So 10-0 now in favor of the Crabs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is high with a fastball. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. The count. And the pitch. High fly ball, shallow left field, shortstop going out. He's calling for it, and he has it for out number 3. Crabs get 3 more runs on 4 hits. There was an error and 2 left, and at the end of 5, they're up 10-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE. It's Kenton Carruthers. Welcome back to the ballpark. Kenton Carruthers out on the mound for the Crabs in relief of Jared Milch to face the top of the order for the Bears.
So Jared,
You're on.
so Jared Milch pitches the requisite 5 innings, shutout baseball, giving up only 3 base hits, and he stands to even his record at 1-1. Kenton Carruthers in to do the work. He has not allowed an earned run yet, and the first pitch is a fastball high, 1-0. You're up.
Yeah, okay, so I thought.
I'm waiting.
Want to know the count? Here's the pitch. Fastball away. 2-0. I was just taking a little nap.
Well, you're doing your Suzuku or whatever that's called. Sudoku.
I saw a book the other day, everything you ever want to know about Sudoku, and I thought, well,
Sudoku.
that's about the shortest book ever written. Popped high in the air, shallow left field. The shortstop going back. Fiorito has it for out number 1. So 1 out. Here's Elijah. Is it Holquin or Holguin?
Holguin.
Holguin. So 1 away. Here's Holguin. He's a 2 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit back out over the mound. Figueiredo behind the bag. Throws him out. Nice play. 2 away. Cade Ford will be the batter. Ford 0 for 2 with 2. Been caught looking twice tonight. Here's the pitch. There's a slider taken for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Carruthers, I think, pitched Tuesday night. Or we have stats on him over there.
Yeah, he has not given up a run.
He has not. Okay. There's a fastball that misses in the dirt. The
5 1/3 innings going into this ball game.
The 1-1 pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. So
Giving
ball and
up-
2 strikes.
I'm sorry, given up
Sorry.
5 hits and no earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts.
1 and 2 is a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that inning went very quickly as the Bears go down in order. Crabs leading 10-0 at the end of 5.5. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Five. I wish I could, though. Go.
We mentioned earlier a fine new 2018 official Humboldt Crabs baseball program. Season 74 in the storied history of the Humboldt Crabs. And we're going to talk about various things that are in this program, but I would just want to mention a wonderful interview with former Crabs pitcher, former Steelheads coach, and now Crabs board member, David Sharp. Wonderful interview, and had such wonderful, wonderful things to say about Shorty Ames and his wife Leslie and how caring they were, not just as someone who's managing a baseball team, but for the individuals themselves who were under Shorty's tutelage. So I recommend that one to you in the program. Okay, Benjamin, here we go.
Thanks, Huck. Ramon Enriquez will lead off for the Crabs. He takes the first pitch down in the dirt. It's 1-0. Enriquez tonight, let's see, he has a double and a walk and a fly out. 2 runs scored. So he's 1 for 2. Next pitch misses low and outside. This is still Jose Toledo out on the mound for the Bears. No action in their bullpen. Here comes Krusty into the park. I can see Krusty waving.
All right, there he is.
2-0 pitch is fouled up against the backstop.
Well, you're right. It was just his aversion to water that kept him away last night. But with better weather, Krusty's here.
I think he was in his kingdom under the sea last night, probably.
Yeah, you never want to show him a dish of drawn butter.
No.
It scares the heck out of him.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And there's a fastball in the inside corner. 2-2.
That was my problem in the poker game last night. I should have drawn better. Better. Not good.
Oh.
Not good.
Ouch. 2-2 pitch. Oh, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. They didn't even bother to
I think he called it a straight
I think
strike.
He called it was right over the heart of the plate, so he may have. And either way, Enriquez is out. Here's Otis Statham with 1 out. He has doubled and struck out twice. Here's the pitch. Fouled up against the backstop. I'd just be like, 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch called strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 now to Statham. Now home plate umpire calls time.
Krusty the Crab, always greeted enthusiastically by crab partisans, part of the crustacean nation.
Everybody loves Krusty. Here's the 0-2. Slider fouled up against the screen.
That's not always true for all the mascots, you know.
Really?
They boo the they boo the Philly fanatic when the
Well-
Phillies aren't going well.
Really?
They boo their mother in Philadelphia. You know, that's a tough crowd, a tough house.
Well, they're pretty good this year.
Yeah, they are.
They got good in a hurry, didn't they? 0-2 the count. And here's the pitch. In the dirt. 1-2.
Playing the Dodgers tonight, aren't they?
I don't know.
No. The Braves are playing the Dodgers.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High hopper over the mound, out towards second, and through for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Otis Statham. And with 1 out and Statham at first, here's Jackson Critch. Giants lost today,
Yep, 7-5.
7-5. They won yesterday, though. Statham takes his lead. Here's a pitch to Critch, and it's a fastball that's high. One 0 pitch. Fouled out of play. So, in a ball and a strike to Critch, with Statham over at first. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Bears. 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Crabs. I guess we can hope that tomorrow they have saved their best for Sunday. Fouled out of play. That does happen occasionally.
Yes, it does. Wouldn't bank on it, but we can hope.
One-two pitch. Lined out of second base on one hop. He's going to toss to second for one. Back to first. And the first baseman, no, he didn't hang on to it. How are they going to call him out?
No, he did. He held it.
No, he dropped it and he picked it up again.
Yeah.
Well, he's out. But he dropped it and picked it up again. I saw him
Okay.
do it. So it's a 6-4-3 double play at the end of the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. Nobody left. And at the end of 6, Crabs are up 10-0. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Kenton Carruthers out for his second inning of relief work behind Jared Milch. The Bears have only scored a single run in this series. That was a home run by their leadoff hitter, Russell McClure, in last night's ball game. They have had 6 goose eggs this evening. Middle of the order, Kyler Laramie to lead it off, facing Kenton Carruthers. Kenton has not yielded an earned run thus far this season. The big right-hander comes to the plate. Laramie, a big cut and a miss, 0-1. Carruthers retired the Bears in order in the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch waved at and missed. Laramie well out in front of that off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2. 10-0 Crabs here in the top of the 7th inning. Carruthers 0-2 pitch. Got him looking, strike 3. Fastball, oh boy, that was a heater. Outside corner just above the belt. Second strikeout of the ball game for Carruthers since coming in last inning. 1 down, and that'll bring up the Bears catcher, Cesar Ortega. Cesar Ortega Jr., his father, is the manager of the team. Ortega has not had any success with the bat in the series, but he has demonstrated some fine fielding work behind the plate. 0 for 2 this evening, his first look at Kenton Carruthers, and he swings and misses strike 1. Jared Milch struck out 9 batters while he was in there. Fastball a bit inside and the count even at 1. And Kenton Carruthers now has had 2 strikeouts, so 11 Bears have fanned thus far this evening. Next pitch backs him off the plate with a heater, and it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting catcher, Cesar Ortega Jr. The next pitch is fouled back onto the screen. It's over the screen, actually, and it's 2-2. Nice crowd on hand tonight. I don't think we have the totals yet, but we got, I think we have a few more than we had last night. The weather's certainly better. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, stays up, and the count goes full. Three and 2 to Ortega. The payoff pitch. High, ball 4. That is the first walk surrendered, I believe, by Crabs pitchers all evening. A 1-out free pass to Ortega, and that'll bring up Connor Martin. Martin, twice a strikeout victim of Jared Milch's. Martin batting from the port side. Modest lead at first. You're not going to take any chances trailing by 10 runs. First pitch is a fastball low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Carruthers. Fastball high and away, 2-0. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Valley Bears. 10 runs, a dozen hits, and the Crabs have played error-free baseball. That pitch is over but high, 3-0. So suddenly the plate doing a little bit of a dance for Kenton Carruthers. After getting ahead of Ortega, he ended up walking him, and he's behind now 3-0 to Connor Martin. And that's low, ball 4. 4 successive balls. And the Bears now with runners at first and second, 1 out. And that'll bring up Ridge Huckabee. Huckabee, right-handed hitter. 0 for 2 this evening, struck out and grounded out third to first. Carruthers at the set. Comes to the plate and misses wide, 1-0. That's 7 or 8 consecutive balls thrown by Carruthers. From the set, the 1-0. High, ball 2. So my guess is trailing by 10 runs. Ridge Huckabee may have the take sign here on a 2-0 count because Carruthers hasn't been able to throw a strike. Misses low and away, 3-0. So Carruthers 1 pitch away from loading the bases on walks. He's set. 3-0 pitch. Right down the heart of the plate, strike one. Three and one to Huckabee. The pitch. Swing and a miss. So the count goes full now on Ridge Huckabee. Ortega leads from second. Martin from first. And the 3-2. Strike three called. Throw down to third base. It's a strikeout double play. KDP, and that'll do it. So that'll do it for the Valley Bears in the seventh inning. No runs. There were no hits. There were no errors. And nobody left on base. Excuse me, one left on base. And at the end of 6.5, the score remains the Crabs 10 and the Valley Bears nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Rica.
You're down 10-0. The third.
I think the coach had something to say to him.
Oh, did he?
Someone has to be on because it's live.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Crabs leading by a 10-0 count as we go into the home half of the seventh inning. Bronson Grubbs will lead it off. Grubbs, a single and a triple in 3 official at-bats. In addition to that, he had a sacrifice fly, so Bronson's driven in a couple, scored one. Crab leadoff hitter facing Jose Toledo, who came on in the 4th inning. And the first pitch is a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled at the plate. A ball and a strike. Toledo's 1-1 pitch. Taken for a ball, a little bit high, over but high, 2-1. Top of the order for the Crabs here in the 7th, Grubbs, Figueredo, and Blair. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, 3-1. Grubbs looking down to the third base coach. I don't think he needs to at this point. If you like it, swing away. The 3-1 to Bronson Grubbs. He does swing and lines it on a one hop to the third baseman. Fine play. Long throw across the diamond is in time for the out. Excellent play by Ridge Huckabee to rob Bronson Grubbs of a base hit. He smacked that one. One hop down the third base line and a good backhanded stop and a true throw across the diamond for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Coco Figueiredo. Coco having a heck of a series. 3 for 4 tonight. He has scored 3 runs on top of his performance last night. And the first pitch to him is a strike. Last night he was 2 for 3, a pair of doubles. So Coco seeing his batting average skyrocket in the first 2 games of this series with the Valley Bears. Next pitch to him is a called strike, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. High with a breaking ball. A 1 ball and 2 strikes to Figueiredo. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman. He's got it. He'll toss to the pitcher, covering just in front of Figueiredo for the out. 2 down. Connor Blair coming up. Connor 1 for 3 on the evening, singled, and he also walked and scored back in the second inning. The Crabs plated runs in each of the first 5 innings. It was like Justify's win in the Belmont Stakes today, wire to wire. Crabs 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. They have been held scoreless the last 2 innings. There's a fly ball into center field. It's playable. Moving under it is Holguin, and he puts it away for the third out. And quickly, the Crabs gone in the 7th, nothing across. And at the end of 7, it remains 10-0 Crabs. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Rica.
Abject horse racing.
Yeah? Oh, no, those horses are well taken care of. You should have seen that jockey with the horse today. It was like he was just loving this. It was the oldest jockey ever to win the. It's a 51-year-old jockey.
I saw Willie Shoemaker once at the Arcadia Mall.
Yeah?
Yeah, right by the park there.
Yeah?
Just wandered around the mall one day.
He died fairly young, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know.
Pitching. Who's pitching? Is that still for others? No. Yeah. Huh?
It's Sullivan, Ryan Sullivan. Ryan Sullivan. Welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. It's Ryan Sullivan here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Bradford, Ellis, and McClung for the Bears, trailing 10-0. Here's what I want to know, Hoke, is you're down 10-0, and you're at second base, and you decide to take off for third.
Running on a 3-2 pitch.
Running on a 3-2 pitch, and I'm wondering what your thought process there is.
I don't know. And the coach was a little upset. He had something to say.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Got to pick your spots, and that certainly wasn't one of them. When you're, it's because it's increasingly difficult to hit 10-run home runs.
Yeah, right.
A little at a time. Work on it. All right, Tyshawn Bradford will lead it off against the third Crabs pitcher, Ryan Sullivan. Sullivan was hit hard in his only appearance thus far this season. Benjamin can look it up, but my recollection is he was hit fairly hard. It'll be Tyshawn Bradford and then Jose Toledo, and the top of the order, Russell McClung.
Yeah, an inning and 2/3. He gave up 2 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. He walked 5 and struck out 1. So obviously walks were a problem for him last time he pitched.
Didn't have the command last time. Let's see how he does here. He works exclusively from the stretch, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. What'd you call that, sidearm?
It's weird. I think I
delivery?
mentioned this last time he pitched. It's not quite. It looks like it's sidearm, but it's almost more that he just reaches way out with his arm. See, it's almost over the top.
Yeah. Fastball in there for a strike. He's ahead 0-2.
I wouldn't call it sidearm, really.
Sullivan pitched for the Crabs back in 2016. Was not with the team last year. Misses a wide. 1-2.
It's like he rolls his shoulder. I don't know how to describe it accurately.
Again, working from the stretch. Comes from the third base side. And you're right, it's not sidearm because he's coming from a lower angle, I think, than a lot of pitchers. He's not coming from the top, but it's not actually a sidearm delivery. 2-2 the count now to Bradford. Fastball backs him off the plate, and the count goes full. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bradford down on strikes for the second time in the ball game.
Bears bats are in hibernation.
Oh, they are. Oh, they are. They are hibernating. That is the 12th strikeout that the Bears have suffered this evening. Here's Jose Toledo. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, and 1 to Toledo.
Oh,
Strike
did he go
2
around?
called.
Yep. Didn't matter.
I'm not
Called
sure
it.
if he went around, but I thought it was a strike.
I thought so too.
0-2 to Toledo. Well, that's really unfair of the Crabs to take advantage of the Bears when their bats are in hibernation.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if we knew that when we scheduled this team, but
you have to get them the right time of year.
Yeah. I'm not sure the Bears originally agreed to it, but they eventually caved in.
That's good.
Toledo takes a pitch over but low, 2-2. Two and two to Toledo. Ryan Sullivan comes to the plate, and it's grounded over the mound behind second base. Fielded there, throw to first is not going to be in time to get Toledo. A nice effort by Jackson Critch, but to no avail. By the time he got the ball on the edge of the outfield grass and threw to first, Toledo had crossed the bag. So an infield single. That's the 4th base hit of the evening for the Bears. I think they've all been singles, haven't they, Benjamin? All the Bears hits?
I don't think they have an extra base hit. I think you're correct about that.
Here's McClung. He has their one extra base hit last night. It was a home run. Fastball high and tight, 1-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Valley Bears. He's looking for his first base knock this evening. 0 for 3. Here's the 1-0. Inside corner at the belt for a called strike 1. Number 11 at the bat, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. So we have deuces wild sometimes. This is ones run amok. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Again, inner part of the plate. Had him a bit handcuffed, and so Ryan is ahead now. Sullivan ahead on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Looks into Ramon Enriquez for the sign. Modest lead at first. The pitch. just misses outside with the heater, and it's 2-2. Sullivan is sad, and the 2-2 offering. Same spot, just a bit outside, and the count goes full. Chase Larson holding the runner at first. Would really doubt he'll be going here.
Well, I would have doubted the guy was going to try to steal
3-2
third.
pitch. He's not going. A little flare into short left field. Center fielder comes on, and it's going to be Otis Tatum who drops the ball, picks it up, and throws to second for the force. That's the second drop ball in the outfield tonight, but in this case, Tatum kept the ball in front of him, picked it up, and gunned down Jose Toledo at second base. So McClung on at first on a fielder's choice. There are 2 down, and that will bring up Elijah Holguin. Holguin has probably had the best series for the Valley Bears. He's 2 for 3 tonight, and last night Holguin was 1 for 3, so 3 for 6 on the series. The pitch to him misses away, 1-0. Runner at first, 2 down, top of the 8th inning. The Valley Bears trying to get on the board, trailing 10-0. The 1-0 is grounded to the third baseman, backhanded nicely there by Tatum. The throw to first across the diamond to record the third out of the inning. For the Valley Bears, no runs. There was a base hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 7.5, the score remains 10-0 in favor of the Crabs. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia, Eureka.
2018 sponsors, Humboldt Creamery, creating wholesome, delicious organic dairy products for over 85 years. And Humboldt Brews, otherwise known as Hum Brews, celebrating 14 years of business in Arcadia.
Sure hope you're making your plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon. Benjamin and I love all baseball, but our very favorite is day baseball.
Oh, absolutely.
And the 2 teams will be going at it at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. And after the ball game, the kids can high five or low five the Crabs between third base and home plate. Here's McCarthy Tatum to lead it off. Big right-hander stands in and takes the first pitch away, 1-0.
Should be a beautiful day tomorrow as well. Sunny and let's hope warm.
Would be wonderful. Summer's just around the corner. The 1-0 pitch. Lined into the right center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. It eludes the center fielder, so Tatum takes off and heads to second base, and I think we're going to call that a double, huh?
Yes.
A 2-bagger to lead off the 8th inning for Tatum. That is his second hit of the evening.
That ball took a weird hop on the center fielder. Holguin went over to get it, and it bounced the opposite direction he was running.
Like some spin on that,
and
baby.
had spin on and bounced
Top
behind
spin.
him.
Yeah.
And not really much of a chance to get it.
Here is Chase Larson. Larson 1 for 3. He has twice been on board as a result of errors. And he has also walked. The pitch to Larson. It's grounded to the right side. Pitcher comes up with it, and he'll take it to the bag himself on the play. Tatum moves to third. So 1 unassisted. One down. Tatum 90 feet from home. And Johnny Mendoza at the bat. Mendoza's had a tough evening, 0 for 4. Working from the windup, and the first pitch is high and outside, 1-0. A ball and no strikes to Johnny Mendoza. Runner on at third and one down in the Crabs' 8th inning. That pitch misses, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul back onto the screen. Big cut by Johnny Mendoza. It's 2-1. Working from the windup, Toledo comes to the plate, 2-1. Line drive by a diving shortstop into center field for a base hit. So credit Mendoza, Johnny's second run batted in of the evening, his first base knock, as McCarthy Tatum comes in to score and make it an 11-0 ball game. That'll bring up Ramon Enriquez. Ramon 1 for 3, a double, and he scored back in the 4-run second inning.
14 hits now for the Crabs.
That batting average is going to be going up significantly. Ramon takes a fastball high and away, 1-0. Mendoza on at first. There's one out in what will undoubtedly be the Crabs' last at bat of the evening here in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, he gets hit near the head. I don't know if it got him on the head or the top
Shoulder,
of the shoulder.
I believe,
huh?
yeah. Shoulder, I believe.
Yeah, top of the shoulder. It was not a fastball, I don't believe. I think it was a curveball that got away from him. So Ramon trots down to first base, and Mendoza moves up to second. Here's Otis Tatum. Tatum, right-handed hitter, has had his best evening thus far with the Crabs, a single and a double. He's also struck out twice, 2 for 4 on the evening, and he takes a pitch wide, 1-0. Otis has also scored a run and driven in one. 11 runs, 14 hits for the Crabs. Runners at first and second, one out, the pitch to Statham. Otis lets it go by, and it's a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, too. Toledo at the stretch. The 1-2 to Statham. Misses wide. Count even at 2. Two and 2 to Statham. The pitch misses outside, and the count goes full. So with the Crabs up 11-0, I doubt they're going to send the runners in this situation. The payoff pitch. The runners do not go in. Statham swings and misses, strike 3. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jackson Critch. Jackson, a double in 4 trips. He drove in a run, and he has scored a run. Mendoza on at second. Enriquez at first. 2 outs. Crabs have already scored 1 this inning to make it 11-0, and the first pitch is low and outside, 1-0 to Jackson Critch. Toledo's thrown a lot of pitches since coming on in the 4th inning. Way outside, 2-0. To Jackson Critch. Crab runners take their leads at first and second. And the 2-0. Over but high, 3 balls and no strikes. Toledo looking back at the runner before each pitch. I guarantee that runner's not going anywhere. 3-0 the count. Ball 4. So 4 consecutive balls have loaded the bases. And we go to the top of the order and Bronson Grubbs. Grubbs 2 for 4 on the evening, a single, a triple, a sacrifice fly. He's driven across 2 and he scored 1. The manager, Ortega, out to have a word with his pitcher. And I don't know what he said to him, but the pitcher, Jose Toledo, was kind of chuckling to himself. All right, right-hander versus right-hander. The pitch to Grubbs. Bronson takes a fast or a breaking ball high, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. One and 1 to Grubbs. The pitch misses away. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 offering. Grubbs hits it into the shortstop, who gathers it in at the edge of the outfield grass, the little flare, and that'll do it for the Crabs. They come up with 1 more run, and at the end of 8 complete, it's the Crabs 11 and the Valley Bears nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Very special shout out to Clay. Today, Clay ate his first hot dog at a Crabs game. Good job, Clay.
Yeah, perfect. Schlock. That's a great word.
Ryan Sullivan out for his second inning of work, and he will finish up tonight. Try and preserve the shutout pitched by Jared Milch for 5 innings. Kenton Carruthers for 2, and Ryan Sullivan now on for his second inning of work. He'll face the middle of the order for the Bears. And Cade Ford will lead it off. Ford has 3 times, swing and a miss, 3 times struck out. All 3 times he has taken a called third strike. He swings at the first pitch from Sullivan there, and it's 0-1. Sullivan's next pitch inside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
First one comes up.
Fastball misses away, 1-2.
Gary Puckett, young girl.
The 1-2 pitch, grounded foul at the plate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just can't bear that.
So we'll do it again, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Cade Ford, leading off the Bears' 9th inning. Ryan Sullivan comes to the plate, and it hits him. No, it didn't. Missed him. It went to the went to the opposite side of the batter. Missed the backside. That was very wild pitch. 2-2 the count. A slow grounder to the left side. Third baseman up with it. The throw across in the dirt and dug out nicely by Chase Larson. Good play by both corners. McCarthy Tatum to make a tough scoop and throw, and then his throw was low, and Chase Larson grabbed it out of the ground for the out, 1 down. Kyler Laramie looking for his first hit of the evening. He's 0 for 3. Sullivan's first pitch is popped behind us, strike 1. Oh, 0-1 to Laramie. Big cut. He comes up empty. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Fastball away. A ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. High pop-up out of play. Did we ever get the attendance for tonight? Thank you. 684 people, says Tim Warner. Enjoyed tonight's ball game. Line drive foul. Got good wood on it, but it was very foul. Way out in front. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch misses away. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Sullivan. High fly ball into right field. Moving under it is Connor Blair, and he puts it away for the second out of the inning. So the Crabs 1 out away from going 4-1 on the season. Is that right? And it'll be up to Cesar Arteaga. Cesar 0 for 2. He walked in his last at bat. Left-handed hitter. Pitch to him is taken right down the heart of the plate for a called strike one. Ryan Sullivan working exclusively from the stretch. That pitch is lined over his head and into center field for a base hit. A two-out single by Cesar Ortega Jr., and that'll bring up Connor Martin. Martin has not put the bat on the ball yet this evening. He twice struck out and walked his last at bat. So 0 for 2 officially. Sullivan comes to the plate, and it brushes Martin back 1-0. Sullivan is set. The 1-0 pitch misses outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. That pitch is in there for a called strike one. Fastball at the belt. 2-1. Sullivan's 2-1 offering. Waved at and missed, and we're one strike away from putting this one in the record books. Two and two to Martin. Ryan Sullivan at the belt. The 2-2 pitch got him looking, strike three, and that's the ball game. So Sullivan completes the job of the shutout. 3 Crab pitchers involved. The winner, Jared Milch, the starter. 2 fine innings of relief from Kenton Carruthers, and likewise 2 from Ryan Sullivan. The losing pitcher, the starter for the Valley Bears, Cody Fierro. The final totals on tonight's ball game: no runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Valley Bears. For the Crabs, 11 runs, 14 hits, and they played error-free baseball. Benjamin, any thoughts on tonight's activity or tomorrow?
Well, I'm hoping the Bears saved their best pitcher for Sunday.
That would be great.
And that tomorrow is a better, closer contest.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And just to see the Bears play, to have a good game where they're in it, it's got to be a drag to come
This
all the
far.
way up here and
just
not be in either game. So
we're not going to root for the Bears tomorrow, but we're going to root for a close game.
exactly.
All right. We hope you'll join us tomorrow at 12:30. I know the Crabgrass Band will be here, and so will Benjamin and me. So that'll do it for the ballpark tonight. The Crabs 11-0 victors. For my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Hoke Holcomb, and we're rounded third and heading for home. All right, good job, good job.
That was something.
It was something. Of all the games I've ever seen, that was one of them.
It was one of them.
You going to be here tomorrow, Jim? Are you going to be here tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, pretty good. It'll be fine. My dad would always say, if I'm careless, you're lucky. Classic dad humor.
The all-time baseball humor, though.
Yeah.
Guy got 3 rules for his son. Don't drive when you're drunk. Don't get a girl pregnant. And never leave a runner on at third base with less than 2 outs. It's nice to live by.
Good advice. Solid